Didn't happen.
You broke it, you gotta buy it all.
Those are some great pickups. I'll get them right out to you. Hey, I'm Hyde, the junk rocker. It's a snowy day, but the listing showed me something I just had to check out for myself, and this is it right here. The Panasonic RX5085. It's a boombox, and it's in beautiful shape. From what I can tell, at least, I had to test it and see, but this was in the listing. The pictures were there. As you can see, this is bungee corded to this windowsill, and it probably has been bungee corded like that for 30 years. So it was questionable what would work, what didn't. I appreciated the mechanics of the cassette definitely worked, so that's good, but I gotta plug it in and see exactly what I'm dealing with here. Of course, tape players always have an issue. Radios can have issues. Let's see what's going on. Let's see what happens if we fire this up. Let's just move this button right here and get it going. Look, I'm not going to tell you those are the prettiest sounds I've ever heard, but I mean, the tape might have been stretched a little bit. It's been in there a long time. The radio fired right up, so I feel good about this. There's a lot more testing to be done. Should you find yourself buying a boombox and trying to flip it, you do have to test every little thing. You got to test if the batteries work. You got to test if the plug works. You got to test if the microphone works. You got to make sure all the bands work, because anything that can go wrong on this, it's on you as the seller. So make sure you test everything. Now, I'm looking around here trying to decide, because nothing else is priced. Even the radio wasn't priced. For all I know, the guy wants $300 for it. I didn't know. And when I'm walking around an estate sale, and you tell me, do you feel the same way? How are you when there's no prices? Do you love it because it gives you the opportunity to haggle more? Or do you kind of get in your head about what they're going to price it at? So I don't want to walk around with too many things and with carrying too much, because I don't want to put it all back if I go up to him and he's like, oh, $300 an item. It's not what I want. So I get very cautious about what I decide to bring around with me. And what you're going to see right here was a victim of that, as a matter of fact. This is a really nice JVC camcorder from the mid-90s, but it didn't have a battery charger, and it didn't have the cable to plug in the battery or plug in the whole camera to charge the battery. So I carried it around for a little while, but ultimately I decided to put it back. Not knowing what he wanted for it, it wasn't something I wanted to pay a lot of money for. And for some reason, I don't know, I just get weird about it, so I put it down at some point in time. I don't even remember when I did. It's not in my footage, so it's a mystery. It must have been kind of slightly below the camera's view. Let's head upstairs. I'm still carrying the camcorder at this point. I'm carrying the boombox, and I'm seeing what else we can find up these green aqua stairs. This one, not quite a time capsule, but not a lot of updating that went on in this house. I'd say probably for 30 plus years. So it was interesting to see what you can find, and I'm always excited to look in places like this. But right there in the corner, that has got my eye. You just got to move this chair out of the way. And there it is, this Philco 39. It is gorgeous. I got to move this plant too, because I got to open it up and I got to see it. I love these vintage radios. So amazing. Look at the panel on this one. Yeah. Gorgeous. Just stunning how great this is. Obviously not perfect, some issues, but that's all right. You want these things to have lived a life before you take them on. But to be honest, I didn't have the manpower to take this on. If you've ever tried to move one of these, they are heavy. They are so heavy, and I couldn't do it myself. I mean, maybe I could have. Maybe I'm just a weakling. Who knows? It wasn't for me. Even with that little card right there still saying Philco Model 39, which I love, I had to pass on it. Just didn't have the manpower that day. Just look like in the green tub and toilet. What can I say? Again, not a lot of updating in this house, and that's just so of its time. It's beautiful to see. Now what you're seeing here is a bunch of VHS tapes. I'm always looking on VHS tapes. There's also a portable cassette player right at the top, which I grab, and that's pretty cool. It's got the headphones and everything. Not a Sony Walkman, but a portable cassette player nonetheless. But what I'm really excited for is always looking at these recorded VHS tapes. They're all from cable, it looked like, so nothing I really wanted. I always look for stuff with commercials, especially local stuff. but these 3-pack and 5-packs, Maxell and TDK, those were coming with me. I had to figure out, again, didn't know what he wanted for them. There we go, I grabbed the Walkman right there, or the portable cassette player. Don't want brand name recognition problems, right? I grabbed a bag because, as you know, hide, bring a bag. I didn't this time either, and my hands were getting full, so I had to put these in there. Again, didn't know what he wanted for the VHS stacks, but I was hoping wouldn't be too much. And these here, same thing, a lot of recorded VHS going back to stuff on cable, and that's just not what I'm looking for. So we move it on, and it's all good. Now, what I did notice about a lot of these tapes, as you're going to see here in a minute, a lot of these weren't opened. They were still sealed and had their original price tags on them. Some of the original security tags, as you'll see on the bottom of these. This is like Record Town, and I recognize those stickers, and there's something that I really think is cool, but not knowing what he wanted for him, I wasn't going to clean the shelf off just to tell me he wanted $5 a tape, I suppose. So didn't want to go that way with him, so I just decided to leave those. And actually, another fella there, he bought both containers and all the tapes inside, so glad they went to a collector. I actually think it might have been this guy right here, if I remember correctly, but I'm not 100% sure. Check out the paneling. Love a good paneled room, and yet so much natural light in this room still. So even with that dark paneling, you still had a really nice vibrant room, and I don't know, there's something about that. It hits you in the feels, right? Let's head downstairs now and just take a look at the carpeting on these stairs, and it extends all the way into the basement. You've got to see this. It is, it's a choice. It's definitely a choice. It is just a very distinguished carpet design, and I gotta say, I appreciate it and I like it. I also like that in this basement there is a basement bar right there to your right. I'm all about that basement bar life, and that couch, I love the design on it, but not a lot in the basement. Let's see what he's gonna charge me for my bag and my Panasonic goodies. I got VHS and a Walkman. $20 gets me out. $10 for the radio? Check this out. It cleaned up beautifully and everything worked perfect on it. And yes, I did flip this one, and you can see for how much. A great $10 investment on that. $10 for the other goodies, money well spent. Worth coming out in the snow to check this sale out. So happy I did. So happy I got that boombox. It was why I went out this day. It was a Thursday evening, and it was a blast. Thanks so much for tuning in. Please do like and subscribe. Until next time.